Hello everyone. Here is the income report for the month of January 2022 for my entire portfolio. If you remember, in the last income report I did mention that I'm going to change the format of the monthly income reports. So this is the new format that I'm going to follow from this month onwards. The reason for changing this format is whenever I upload income reports video, I do get few standard questions from some of the subscribers. So here are the questions. Question number 1, what is the niche? Question number 2, the age of the domain or age of the niche site. Question number 3, how many articles are published, or total how many articles there on the site. And question number 4 is the traffic. To answer these questions, I normally used to upload another video after a few days covering the analytics and content. So instead of that, what I thought was I will actually compile all those details in same video so that you can see the complete overview of all the sites in single slide and in single video. That's the thought process. Let's get started. So this is a site number 1, my primary site. You can see here on the right corner, it's a beauty niche and was launched in October 2018, almost I think more than 3 years old site. For every site you will be able to see these details in the same format. For the month of January, with respect to articles published, 13 articles were published in the month of January. Total the site has 313 articles. And traffic, if you look at the page views, in the month of January, it received 77k page views in the month of January. And now coming to the revenues, so primarily from MediaVine, about $1,169, followed by Amazon. Altogether, it is $798 is the total revenue, and it is almost 22 another 10% dip compared to previous month, and compared to earlier month, it is actually further downward trend with respect to revenue. And coming to the expenses, as usual, the major contributor is content, $136, and followed by few dollars towards Genius Link and other images and all this. Altogether, expenses are only $160. Now, net to net, if you see exclusively for the site number 1, total revenue $1,798, expenses $160, total $1,638 is the net profit for the month of January alone. Cumulative, if you add up till January, it is $21,478. Now the reason for the decline in the revenue is there are two reasons. One is typically in the month of January until mid-February, every year there will be downward trend with respect to ad revenues. Ad revenues will be very low, and then from the month of mid of February onwards they will pick up. That's one reason. And also there has been consistent volatility with respect to traffic because of the so many core updates and all that since mid-November 2021, and still it is going on. There is about I think 10 to 15% of impact on the traffic. Altogether, both those factors influenced, and nearly the revenue also got impacted. That's the primary reason. That's about site number 1. So let's go to site number 2. Site number 2, no content was published, and total articles are same as they were, and page views are just about 198, nothing much to talk. No revenue in the month of January, total 0, and expenses just about the hosting expenses, nothing much. So net to net, there is only $2.50 of cost in the month of January, so nothing much to talk about. But overall, if you see the site net, if you see cumulative profit and loss, as of now site is still at the loss of $800. Hopefully, I think slowly it will recover, or we'll have to see how it goes. That's about site number 2. Then site number 3, and this site is in the pest related niche, and January published 2 articles. Total 150 articles are there on the site as of now, and in the month of January it got 1200 page views. Total revenue $38, and total expenses are $50. So net to net in the month of January, $12 is negative. Altogether, if you see the cumulative for this particular site, it is still $1,400 in loss basically. I'm expecting that site probably in a quarter or so will start picking up, and it will start basically making some positive revenues. That's the hope. We'll see. That's about site number 3. Site number 4, as I told you a couple of months back, I stopped working on this particular site. No plans to publish any new content. Currently site has 102 articles. No new content was published, and it received 2,200 page views in the month of January. Total revenues are $31.24, and total expenses just $8.67. So in the month of January alone, $22 profit. Net to net, site is still in loss, about $1,119, but this is just was launched in the month of February, hardly less about a year-old site. So actual returns will start seeing for this particular site probably from in few months. That's about site number 4. Site number 5. Again, no work is going on. So you can see here, January, no articles got published. Total 56 articles are there on the site. Those were published long back, and it got 419 page views in the month of January. That's the traffic. Total revenue $17. Total expenses just hosting $2. No, not spending any money for anything else. To net $15 profit in the month of January, but cumulative still site is $585 loss. But this is also just an year-old site. I'm still hoping that this particular site will start showing some positive trend. That's site 5. And site 6. This is my mega site for this particular year. I have very high hopes on this particular site in the year 2022. I'm expecting this will become another more or less same as big as my primary site. If you see in the month of January, I published 23 articles. Total site has now 176 articles, but this site is facing lot of indexing issues, especially out of this 23, nearly 15 to 16 articles are not yet indexed. From last 3 weeks, hardly any articles getting indexed for this particular site. Not sure what is the problem, so I'm still thinking that maybe in next few days and maybe in few weeks this will get sorted out. Page views for the month of January, 5,800, nearly 6k page views. This is just about 8 months old site. That's very important thing to remember. And then total revenue in the month of January is $431. This is doing much better even what I expected. I thought it may take about a year to hit about $500, but looking at the things how it's going on, probably in a month or two it should actually cross easily $500, but let's see how it goes. In the month of January alone, it brought $431 revenue. Expenses are again $310 because I'm spending heavily for the content. I want to push about maybe 300 plus articles next 6 months. That's the plan. Net to net in the month of January, it's already in the profit, $121. However, if you look at the cumulative, the site is still about $1,500 in negative, but that's not at all concern. It is just 8 months old site, and the trend is looking very strong, very positive. So hopefully in few months we will be able to see overall site itself turning into positive. So this is site number 6. Next one is site number 7. This is the site I purchased in the month of March, and already into profits and good return on investment. I have been making monthly videos as a case study for this particular site since I purchased, covering all the issues I faced, the problems I faced, and how I fixed and all that. If you have not yet watched that series, please go and check it out. So in the month of January, I published 12 articles, and total now there are 77 articles are there, and last month page views are about 7,000. Total revenue for the month of January is $444 US, and expenses $230, because again I am now pushing a lot of content. My plan is to hit about 100 articles on this site and then take a break. So for the month of January, net to net, it is $211 is the profit. And if you look at the cumulative also, the site is already $900 in profit. That's about site number 7. At site number 8, this is kind of completely inactive. I have not focused on this site for more than a year, and I don't know when I am going to pick it up. This is a gardening niche. Just site is lying there. The very first time it made generated some dollar, where this is the very first dollar from this particular site. But there are no expenses, there are no revenues. That's what it is. In the month of January, no articles got published, no expenses, no revenues. Expenses just hosting cost. That's about it. That's site number 8. Site number 9 is the site I launched in the month of October, but this is going through huge indexing problems. I believe partly it is also related to the content. The kind of topics I picked up are all risky topics. Because of that may be another reason. So almost out of all the 83 articles, you can see here in the month of January we published 27. Total site has now 83 articles. Out of this 83, more than 50 articles are not yet indexed. So that's another problem. So we'll have to see what is going to happen. Page views are just 250 in the month of January. If you look at it, the revenues, none for the month of January, 0 revenue. Expenses are still $160 because have been getting some content written and getting published. Net to net in the month of January, $160 negative, and cumulative also site is in $840 negative, but site is just about 3 months old. That's all. So nothing much to really discuss these details. So that's site number 9. Final one is site number 10. This is the public case study. Since I purchased the site, I have been making the videos showing every activity that I perform on this particular site. If you have not watched those videos, please go and check it out. There is a playlist with all the videos detailing all the activities I am performing on this particular site, and I'm going to continue doing that for this particular site, and will keep uploading as and when I take any action. So for the month of January, the total traffic is 1600 page views, and revenue it brought $18, and total cost is $53 because I got 3 articles written. If you remember, I also created a couple of videos while editing, while creating structure, and also publishing. 2 articles I already published, and 1 more article is just received from the writer. Altogether $49 towards cost. Total $53 is expense, but the site earned about $18. Net to net it's a $34 negative, and net to net if you see the cumulative profit and loss, the site is in $385 in negative, but the site was just purchased last month. So for first 6 months I don't expect much to happen, but from then on probably this site should make some money, but we'll see. This is a public case study. You will be able to see everything that is that I am going to do for this particular site, and every result also you will be able to see, because I'm going to share the analytics, the revenues, all the details related to this particular site. That's about site number 10. And now if you look at the entire portfolio, this is about it. So in the month of January, total revenues $2,780. If you remember last month income report, that's I think just above $3,000, almost I think 8 to 9% of dip compared to last month. And the reason is simple. There are 2 reasons. One is typically the ad revenues will be low in the month of January till mid-Feb. That's one reason. And second thing is, as I told you in the last month also, since November mid, there has been a huge volatility in traffic. There have been some algorithm rollouts, and even now I see the primary site primary site's traffic gone down by about nearly 15%. So these are the 2 reasons together actually contributed towards the downtrend of the revenue. If you see here, MediaVine generated about only 1169 last month. MediaVine revenue was about 1600 plus. So that itself is the major gap. But hopefully I think from mid-Feb or from March onwards, because February is only 28 days. So hopefully I think from the March onwards we should be able to see some positive trends here. So total revenues 2780, total expenses $981, net to net in the month of January the profit is $1,800, $17.9925 precisely. It's roughly about $1,800 is the profit. Cumulative profit, if you see cumulative profit and loss, entire portfolio, considering entire portfolio as of end of January, the portfolio has made about $15,471 of profit. So those are the details related to my entire portfolio, and I will continue to make income reports in this particular format, and you have all the details that you need. If you want to know the niche of the site, it is available here, and if you want to know the age of the site, it is the launch date is given here, and number of articles published and traffic, everything is there. So whatever details you want to analyze, you may get from here and analyze. So that's all the details I just wanted to share with all of you. If you have any questions, please do ask in the comment section. Thanks. Bye.